So that extra bit at the top, you know, like that extra 2 height, you can build more on top of that, or you can just, you know, just take the double or whatever down stack combo that yields, and then go into the Tetris.
Yeah. No, it's obviously like a Tetris will always yield a Tetris, and then like the extra is kind of whatever. Where compared to like a 2-send where you actually have to.
Right. The little
cheese.
extra is such a big difference, though, if you can really optimize it. Because think about it like this. You send a Tetris that sends 4 straight lines, but if you send a double along with that, then that messes it up. You know, it makes it harder for them to send it back to you, at least in a neat way.
Speaking of like a big send.
Yeah, that was a really big one.
That was a really big send.
With almost 200 APM.
Crazy. Well, I like that PC from Ripple. That was really nice.
Yeah, good pressure at the right moment too. Forced ZeroT to opt out of his
This
game
is
plan.
rough for Ripple.
Ooh.
That's actually really unfortunate. Looks like he's out though.
Yeah, he should. Oh no, that spike might put him
Is he out?
up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Ripple just having trouble right now.
I think he was probably aware that he's probably gonna die, or he was on the brink of death. I think he should have just played it through, because if he just sped through that situation, he probably could have lived.
Probably. Yeah, like a lot of the time, the instinct when you're about to die is to panic, right? Because it's like, I'm about to lose, right? But that's the time when you need to make the best decision, and like be fast with it as well, so you can get out in time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's kind of where like the true test of the player is, you know, in those situations. In some cases, you know.
I think that is the separation between the top level players and the people who are just about but just missing that something. That is that something. The choices, even in high pressure situations, are some of the best ones that you'll ever see. And that is the difference. Like, there's no lapse in it. You kind of see when people panic, or, you know, if they're in situations they're not familiar with, they tend to default to speeding through it or overthinking it and just getting washed with the spike, for instance.
Yeah,
that's something to keep.
For sure. I could tell.
It's something to overcome for sure, right? Yeah, like it's one of those challenges. You know, like I think like in terms of like world events, they call it the great filter. I think of this as like the great filter for top player level.
Yeah.
You need to have that like extra little thing at the end, you know, like extra little optimizations might not seem so important, but what else
But
do
they
you
really are.
you already have everything figured out, right? It becomes like, how do you do even more than this? Build on top of what you've developed in your game.
I feel like the way you talk about Tetris is as if it's super optimized, and then meanwhile we have one guy who still uses only one rotate in the top 3. So, I mean, I don't know, man.
This is very true. I have no idea why CZ doesn't use double rotate. I mean, he has the time, and I mean, he has the drive. What's incredible to me is he plays at a pace that almost no other player can keep up with single rotates.
I know, it's insane. I actually don't understand it.
I don't think it's meant to be understood. Some people are just, you know, he just came out that way. I mean, maybe it's his training as a kid with Tetris, you know, like start early kind of thing.
Maybe, yeah. Guess I got a little cure too late. No chance at becoming good ever.
I wouldn't say that. For any,
I'm obviously joking. To clarify.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think any player, like, if you have the right type of thinking, because Tetris is a game, I think, that veers towards people who are interested in problem solving. This game is all problem solving. If you have great problem solving skills, like, you can be successful at any age, no matter when you enter.
Yeah, I agree. To be fair though, there are like studies that say like learning a language and stuff at like younger ages makes you learn it better and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that applies to Tetris, right? Like we'd have to run some
I
of our
don't
own
know.
studies.
You'd have to do more research about that. So I mean, another, well, something else people keep saying is like, you know, well, we were just discussing that. How young do you have to be successful at this game? Because we've had players who became top players at like 25, but also like now we're seeing like 14. They're already like the best in the world.
Yep. Which is crazy. Like I have
It
no
is.
idea.
Yeah, that is astounding. Oh man, Zero just, oh no. I get the idea, but he blocked his O slot there.
This really has been a pretty rough set for Ripple, by the way. Maybe we should like get back to the match.
I mean, I only picked that one situation because it was, you know, like
yeah.
He's been doing really well in this set so far.
Yeah, like ZeroT's play has just been looking really clean. He's really pushing his speed too, right? Which is also something I feel like we didn't see against. Who did he play last? I'm already blanking. We saw the match and everything. Promo.
Oh right, Promo. Yeah, you were talking about that player. And
I was.
Yeah, like. Well, we were both talking about the player, but yeah, like I think there was like there was a lapse in experience in multiplayer, and when you have to start down stacking and when you should just keep building up for an attack. Like I think against Promo, like Promo was pretty much like all attack, and there are moments when you do want to defend.
You do want to defend, yeah.
Yeah. There's moments where, you know, like you could go for this, but I mean, what's it gonna look like afterwards? It's probably not gonna be a fun time for you. So the whole point is not to send a whole bunch of lines, even though I did say you have to send lines to win. But I mean, as an addendum,
you also need to survive lines to win.
Yeah, you have to survive to win too.
Yeah.
So like, those are the two things: survive and send lines. I mean, you know, you can go about it as much, like overthink it, or you know, do it and execute it in whatever way you want. But just survive and then send lines.
And
Easy.
some people like Diao do both at the same time with their downstack spikes.
Yeah, I hate him. It's too good, man.
It's actually crazy. Like I have no idea how he does it. I don't think anyone has an idea how he does it.
I'd be interested to know what his training methods are, because I mean, the way that he plays is kind of like Misamino.
I think he plays against Misamino a lot. So
I wonder how he even
maybe.
When
I heard something about
like, how much practice do you need to become Misamino?
Do we even want to answer that question, or do we want the answer to that question?
I'm curious about that question. I don't want to explore it myself.
I heard Firestorm was like 8-0 against T-Spin level 8 or something.
Really?
Yeah, like I don't know if that was a rumor or not. I didn't see it happen, but something crazy.
I'd believe that.
Like that.
Yeah.
So
Firestorm is to me like pretty much peak efficiency in terms of optimizing with T-spin doubles as the gameplay.